Hey everybody, welcome back to Flashyy Beauty, where we talk about everything that has to do with beauty, lashes, and confidence. In today's video, we're going to touch on time management. So this is going to help us understand how to manage our time better as business owners and how to balance your time and get the most out of a day. So we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It just all depends on what you do with your time. So there's a couple different things that you can do to manage your time efficiently and things to keep in mind, like getting up every day, writing your goals down, and just kind of like writing targets and actually give yourself a cutoff time. It's really, really big. So I didn't start doing that in my business for a long time. It was kind of I just get done whatever I got done whenever I got it done, pretty much. So I started doing like managing my time a lot better, and I've gotten so many more things done just by managing my time. So an example would be something like right now I have a group training that is going on in about 2 weeks, right? And so I'm promoting this group training, and when it comes to like managing my time, I'm setting up this event and trying to get the most out of it. But I really have like a month to kind of promote the training. I give myself maybe like 30 days, which sounds like a lot, but it's kind of like pushed in. Because within those 30 days, I have to, we're promoting the event. We're, taking pictures. We're getting it out on social media. We're advertising it. We're listing it. We're talking about it. We're going live about it. You're constantly posting about it. And all this stuff has to be done in good timing in order for me to sell out this group training and still have a week before group training to be able to, get everything I need and get it together. So if I kind of take my time to put the group training together, I really only have 3 weeks to do so. So what I would do is I'll get my calendar and I kind of just pull it out and I section myself in like days and weeks. So it'll be like week 1, okay, get the flyer made by the digital marketer, send it into him. Send it to him. I can't even talk. Send it in to him and make sure that he pushes it out on time. So that would be something I can do between like 11 in the morning and 12. And then from like 12 to 1, I'm like, okay, I have an hour to create posts on different social media platforms. We're talking about the caption, the hashtags is the way that we're gonna promote this whole thing. Give yourself a cutoff time. And then let's say like from 1 to 2, I'm gonna be going live on Instagram. And then 2 to 3, we're going live on Facebook. And so, cutting myself off this way is making sure that I'm getting more than one target done in a day, but I'm giving myself cutoff times and reaching those goals. So I definitely realized that when I wasn't managing my time, I was not getting my targets done, I was not reaching goals, and I always felt like everything was on top of me. So like the longer you're in your business, the more projects you start to try to target, the more work has to be done. And even if you have a team and you have employees, you still have to delegate tasks, make sure that things are running smoothly, and you still have to be involved. So the more you want to do, the more you expand, you're definitely going to have to find some type of organization when it comes to your time management. So if that looks like maybe, let's say your kids get home at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And I always refer to kids because that's what happens with us. So like 4 in the afternoon, if I'm not working on lashes, it's over because that's after school time, like all this stuff. So before I was waking up at like 11 in the afternoon, just starting my days. You think from like 11 to 3 and with gaps in between, it's just not enough time to target what I needed to get done. So then I started kind of just setting my schedule different. So waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning and actually making sure that I'm hitting my targets. And even if you do hit your targets, making that a routine kind of thing is still going to be best for you, because when you're done with everything, you can still work on more things. But you're not going to be able to balance everything if you're not knowing how to use your time wisely. So time management is super important. Making deadlines for yourself, putting time frames on yourself. And anytime you make goals in general, you should have like a deadline for your goals. Like it shouldn't be like, I'm going to lose weight. Because when are you gonna lose weight? How many pounds are you gonna lose? Like get in debt, get really, really detailed with your goals so that you know when you reach them or not. And that's what's gonna help you be accountable for those things. So when we talk about time management, don't just say, oh, today I'm gonna get a flyer out, because that gives you the whole day. Say today by 10 a.m. the flyer is gonna be out. By 12 in the afternoon, I'm doing the next thing. Target yourself that way and you'll be most successful like that. And this takes practice. This is not something that happens overnight, depending on like the kind of discipline that you have for yourself. Some people are gonna have to practice this for a while, just like having timelines and deadlines on yourself, because and when it comes to being your own boss and having your own business, you have like this leisure space that nobody else really has. So if you're not working it the way that you need to work it, then you'll end up finding yourself behind. But you do have like the option to work or not. So make sure that you are setting these deadlines, but also make sure that you're being disciplined enough to get these things done for yourself. And that goes into being like an entrepreneur. A lot of people want to be their own bosses. A lot of people want to work for themselves, but you kind of don't know what it comes with until you're into it. So yeah, you can work for yourself, but then you have to actually work. And that means when people are calling you to go out to eat and, oh, let's go have breakfast, you have to be able, as much as I love food, you still have to be able to say, no, I'm working right now. Same thing with phone calls, like I'm working right now. I started to realize why jobs are as strict as they are. Like when it comes to like taking breaks and stuff like that. Like I worked at so many jobs. I did a lot of like telemarketing jobs and like waitressing jobs and stuff, but they want you to start at like 8 a.m., right? You gotta be there on time, and they always say you can't get a bathroom break once you start. Like it's just not time for you to do anything but work. And in my head, before I was a business owner, I always felt like they just, wanted the control over people. Like I thought it was just too much for people to have that much control where like you can't really use the bathroom, or you can't get up, to do whatever. You can't take an important phone call. Like everything's so structured that way. You get your break at like 12 or 1 for lunch and stuff like that. It seemed to be too much, but over time and just like having my own business, I'm starting to realize, or I have already realized why they do that. Because if you keep coming up with these little pauses, or you keep coming up with these little breaks, you will be surprised how much that cuts into work time. Because it's not just, oh, you're gonna go use the bathroom. It's you're gonna walk to the bathroom slowly. You're gonna be in the bathroom forever, probably texting and hanging out. You're gonna, on the way back from the bathroom, you're gonna stop and talk to your coworkers. Like it can really, and if you do that enough times in a day, you'll just start cutting hours out of the day. So I started to do that with myself. Like a lot of times, a lot of the stuff that I do behind the scenes, we pretty much do from home. Like a lot of the marketing and a lot of just pushing content and things like that can be done from home, but it's hard to work from home when, you kind of see something you want to get done at home. Like if laundry needs to be folded or dishes need to be done and I'm working right now, you get tempted to kind of say, well, let me go ahead and do this, but you have to keep yourself on a strict time frame, on a strict like deadline, and focus on just work until you get the work done. And that is what I think definitely took me to another place mentally and just in my business in general. This is definitely one of the things that I never thought about until I started being a seasoned business owner, like entrepreneur. I guess at first it's just not something that really comes up, and those are the kind of topics that we definitely want to touch on this channel. But educating yourself on these kind of things really goes a long way. So if you're not familiar with time management, you've never heard of it before, you want to do some more research on time management and how to manage your time, I would highly recommend you do that. But not just that, I dropped a video about education, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely go check the video out. And it just talks about educating yourself as a new business owner, and just, in general, when it comes to your business and like just the outlook of everything, you have to be educated. You have to know what to do. You have to do it at the right times. That's why time management comes into play. And once you start hitting these targets, you'll definitely get better at what you're doing and more knowledgeable as to how to manage your time. So I hope this video helped you guys out again, and if it did, definitely show some love. Subscribe to my channel, like this video. You can leave some comments at the bottom as to like what you learned from the video, or what you want to hear more about on my channel, or just anything that has to do with time management. If you have any experiences that you think might help somebody, I do have a lot of people watching my videos that do need this kind of help, so you could even be a help to somebody by just leaving a comment about your experiences, or what you're gonna do different or what you've learned over time when it comes to time management. So I always appreciate the support. I always love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.